Today let's see this proof. Prove that catenary is a curve which when rotated about a line generates a surface of minimum area. So here we have to consider the expression for total surface area that is given by integral 2 pi y ds, where the curve is rotated about the x-axis. Therefore, I will write I as integral x1 to x2 2 pi y ds. Okay, so 2 pi is just a constant, we are taking that outside. Integral x1 to x2 y into, now how we will write ds by dx into dx, and this is nothing but the arc length. We did this in the previous problem also. So what we are going to substitute for this ds by dx? Root of 1 plus y dash square. This we did in the previous problem also. Therefore, I will become 2 pi integral x1 to x2 y into root of 1 plus y dash square dx. Only till here this is new. Whatever given information we are using that and writing the corresponding I over here. Now after this we have to find the minimum area. So we are going to use the same concept, that is the Euler's equation. And remember, sometimes when the function is independent of x, independent of y, some short forms are there. So here there is no x term. So the function is completely independent of x. So this is another form of Euler's equation. Actually, Euler's equation will reduce into this format: f minus y dash into del f by del y dash is equal to c. This we have discussed in the last class about the different variations of Euler's equation. Now del f by del y dash is equal to, we are going to differentiate the function with respect to y dash. So y is just a constant, so this is just a constant. I am writing this y as it is, and root of something, if you differentiate 1 by 2 root, that value we will write. So root x means I will write 1 by 2 root x into differentiation of that value, same. So y is just a constant, y into 1 by 2 into root of 1 plus y dash square into derivative of 1 plus y dash square. So 1 if I differentiate becomes 0, y dash square if I differentiate 2 into y dash. And again I repeat, we will not write y double dash because we are partially differentiating with respect to y dash. So we are stopping with this, so 2 into y dash. And by simplifying this, we get this equation, that is we are just going to substitute. What is your function f? Y into root of 1 plus y dash square. That is whatever which is there inside the bracket is your function f. F minus y dash into del f by del y dash. So whatever del f by del y dash we have calculated, we have written it here. Okay, that is equal to just a constant c. This is your equation, just substituting, finding del f by del y dash and substituting in this equation. So far in such problems or proof, whatever that is given, we will convert it into a functional. There is nothing new. So they are asking about the surface area. Imagine that the curve, and it is like rotating with respect to the x-axis. So when it rotates fast, you will get a shape, right? That one is going to be a catenary. That is what we are going to prove it. So first we have taken I, and then we are using a different version of Euler's equation because this function is independent of x, and just substituted these values over here. And by simplifying this, y into 1, so y into y dash square, second term, minus third term is also y into y dash square, so these two will get cancelled, is equal to c into root of 1 plus y dash square. Now this is the equation, y is equal to c into square root of, since we have a square root, we are going to square on both the sides. So y square is equal to c square into 1 plus y dash square. And I am just going to bring this c square to the other side. So y square minus c square is equal to c square into y dash square. Now from this we are going to write what is y dash. Actually that is our aim. So y dash square is equal to y square minus c square by c square. All these are just simplification. Therefore y dash is equal to square root of this. So square root of y square minus c square by c. Y dash is nothing but dy by dx. So dy by dx is equal to root of y square minus c square by c. Now we are going to integrate. So while integrating, we will push all the y terms together to one side and x terms to the other side. So we get dy by root of y square minus c square is equal to dx by c. So here if I integrate, I will get only x. 1 by c is just a constant, and this is the formula for cos h inverse of y by c, direct formula. So we got this. Therefore y by c is equal to cos h of all these things. So y is equal to c into cos h of these values. K is also a constant, c is also a constant. Kc we will give a new name, say k1. So y is equal to c cos h x plus k1 by c. So this is the standard form of a catenary, and hence we proved that a catenary is the curve which when rotated about a line generates a surface of minimum area. Actually we said extremum. Proving that it is a minimum is the next thing. So definitely this is an extremum point. This is a very important proof, that is hanging chain problem, one of the applications of this calculus of variation. The statement is a heavy cable hangs freely under gravity between two fixed points. Show that the shape of the cable is a catenary. So they may ask you to state and prove, so you have to be clear with the statement. And the points can be, say, P of x1 y1 and Q of x2 y2, and a heavy cable hangs under gravity between these 2 points. So catenary shape, when you look at it, it will look like a smiley. Okay. So we are going to prove that the equation of this line is nothing but a catenary, and we know what is the general equation of a catenary, that is y is equal to c cos h x plus k1 by c. So we got this general equation in the previous problem also. There is going to be a connection between this and the previous one. So that is why I took that first. Now we have to fix the functional I, right? This is nothing but total potential energy of the cable. So for that, what are the things that we require? So let P and Q be 2 fixed points of the hanging cable. Okay, these 2. Let us consider an elementary arc length ds of the cable. So I am taking the arc length, elementary arc length as ds. Let rho be the density of the cable, so that rho ds is the mass of the element. So I have written m is equal to rho ds. G is the acceleration due to gravity. And then the potential energy, what is the formula? M into G into H. Correct? So in the place of M, I have rho into ds. M is rho into ds. G I am writing as it is. And H is nothing but the height, which is y. So we have replaced this as y. So this is the formula for potential energy. So when I say total potential energy, so it is nothing but integral from P to Q, rho ds into G into y. Again after this step it is the same. ds, I am writing it as ds by dx into dx, and this ds by dx is nothing but the arc length formula, y into root of 1 plus y dash square. Remember, we in the previous problem also, ds by dx we replaced it by root of 1 plus y dash square. Already we have y here, so y into root of 1 plus y dash square. Okay. So here rho and G is just a constant. I can throw it outside. So what is the function over here inside? Y into root of 1 plus y dash square. For this function only I am going to find the extremum. Correct? So your total potential energy is nothing but integral x1 to x2 rho G, I have taken it outside, f of x y dash, and that is nothing but root of 1 plus y dash square. So by Euler's equation, since this equation is completely independent of x, same as the previous one, it is exactly the previous one. So we are going to use this reduced formula, and the proof and everything is same as the previous one, and you can continue the proof till here. So after this step you can go to the previous problem after writing f of x y dash as root of 1 plus y dash square, and you can continue with this. Thank you.